This is Drop Tent Media Network.
Got some new stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we're live.
Wow.
Welcome to the Dying.
45 minutes.
Welcome to the Dying Up Here podcast. I am sitting here with Jamie Pappas.
Wow. And I'm sitting here with Kirsten Michelle Cills.
And we are thrilled to be here. It's 2025.
Wow.
The stakes could not be higher.
I said I was going to do something and Josh was like, in 2025. And I was like, yeah, next year.
It doesn't feel true, but it is. So we wanted to talk about our New Year's resolutions.
I am generally anti-sharing resolution.
Agreed.
Because I'm very like, I don't think I'd get anything done if I told someone about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had the same resolution for the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have one?
I have 3.
I have resolutions and thoughts on resolutions.
Okay.
But my resolution has been to stop helping people that didn't ask for help.
Mind your fucking business, if you will.
Yerp. You heard?
5 years running, never managed it.
I have not done it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this will be the year. It's more like, I know that can sound mean.
Mm-hmm.
It is so in my nature to just jump in and do something for someone
Mm-hmm.
if I see them struggling. And I don't mean like I'm going to walk past someone that's struggling to open a door. I mean just like if I saw like a comedian was looking to like do a 5 minutes on a show this week and didn't necessarily ask me, but I saw something about it or heard them talking, I'd immediately be like, oh, well, you could do my show. Or like, even just when I hear comedians like, oh, I'm going there for the weekend, but you can stay at my house.
Mm-hmm.
Like
just offering up, options.
Relax.
I'm kind of like that too. Like it's just like the feeling of like you want to help with a problem that isn't even really a current problem.
I got better at with problem people would talk me being like, do you need answers or do you want listening?
Yeah. Yes.
That was part of the first step in this resolution was
Mm-hmm.
just being like, am I listening to? Because I innately am like a problem solver
Mm-hmm.
for other people, not myself.
Yeah.
I've never solved any of my own problems.
I haven't been able to solve this problem in 5 years, but that's okay.
But generally, that's my resolution to just help myself first and stop helping people that didn't ask me for it.
Amazing.
You're never getting help. You never ask for help.
I never ask. It's not going to happen. I heard a new joke this weekend that I hadn't heard from Maddie Cooper before, a friend
Shout
of the
out
pod, Maddie Cooper, where it was something about her New Year's resolution. And I forget what she said it was. It was something insane was her New Year's resolution. And then she was like, I was going to make it mind my own fucking business, but I wanted to make it realistic. And the thing she said was like insane. I don't remember what it was. I'm gonna have to ask her. But Maddie, I loved that joke.
Or you guys have to buy tickets to see Maddie Cooper in person.
Yeah, come to the show. Is she on the one with me?
February 1st.
Is that no? I'm on the one. That's February 1st.
Well,
the Plays and Players. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, I need Playtime comedy. See my gals in rotation.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my New Year's resolution, and also I should say, I am trying to build up my lung function back up, so I'm taking breaks from my oxygen when I'm seated. Is that your
resolution?
And to breathe again. So I'm not wearing it right now, but if I start talking too much, I will have to put it on. So if you see that all of a sudden I'm wearing oxygen,
sounding like, oh baby, baby.
Okay, so my New Year's resolution, I have 3. My main one is to yell more. Whether literally or just
like that? You're saying yell more. Okay.
Yeah.
My hearing's been so bad lately that I'm like, you said yell, right? And then I was like, what word rhymes with yell that she could have just said?
I want to yell more. I want to, whether it's literally yell or just like, I want to advocate.
Scream at the top of my lungs.
Yep, exactly. I want to sing more of John Mayer's No Such Thing. Just a couple of goals I have. No, I want to advocate for myself more. And if I'm feeling something, I just want to feel it and let it be done with. I've always really prided myself. Prided Prud.
Prude.
Myself.
You're a prude. You've always been a prude.
I've proved myself on the fact that I am very laid back and I really don't care about anything.
She's chill. She's not like other girls.
She's different.
She's dying and doesn't talk about it.
She's like hot, but she eats pizza. It's crazy.
Pizza. Oh, God. That's on my later rest. Sorry. Keep going.
You want to lay pizza? Okay.
No, not pizza. Love that.
We're not getting into it right now.
We're not.
I'm already going to be heated if
Absolutely
you're
not.
talking about pizza.
Sweating.
Is I want to yell more. I want to feel less like I am being an inconvenience for saying anything because I never, ever raise my voice, whether literally or just like, say something that I'm thinking. So that's my one. And then do you have more or?
I have just more thoughts about resolutions. Nothing.
Okay.
I'm pretty perfect. So I don't.
Oh yeah, sure.
Why not? Like I said, why I say more manifestations than like saying goals out loud rather than like actual.
So mine are kind of goals. Well, they're not all goals. So, okay, I want to yell more. My New Year's resolutions are as follows in no particular order. I want to yell more. I want to eat more wings. I had wings recently and I was like, these are really good. Why don't I eat these more? So 2025, I'm going to be fucking drenched in buffalo
sauce. Did you have an
sauce.
Answer why you don't eat them?
No, I just don't think about them when they're not.
Like, I think about flossing.
Oh, true.
And messy.
Maybe
if you
it's
order
the
them
messy.
At home, forget it. Put a towel down.
Oh, yeah.
That's disgusting.
I eat them in bed.
2 towels down.
eat them in Jamie's guest room bed. No, it's just
Shout
a
out
food.
to the comedian who had, I have like 3 tables on that floor and he still ate in bed.
He knows exactly who he is. It's not that I love wings, but it's not a food that I seek out. It's kind of a food that I just forget about. And then when it's in front of me, I'm like, oh my God, these are so good. I should think about these more and eat them more. So my goal was.
How are you going to do this goal? Like, how are you going to, like, do you have an alarm in your phone, like, once a week or, like, think about wings?
That's what I'm worried about because football season will be over soon.
Right.
And I worry that there's
like
part
Valentine's Day wings.
Yeah, like I'm
President's Day weekend wings.
So
inappropriately Black History Month wings.
And I'm worried that I'm worried that once it hits summer, I'm not going to want wings because they're hot.
Yes, but you like a grilled wing? Like, you ever go to a party and someone's like grilling?
I do. I worry that I'm going to lose my spark for it. So that's why I'm kind of willing it out into the world.
There's so many activities beyond football where wings are appropriate.
Thank you. And I'm going to find them. Maybe like birthday wings.
They are tough because like football is a loud watch.
Yes.
So like if you're like, hey, want to watch a horror movie and someone's next to you, like chomping on tendons and bones.
During an absolutely silent A24 film. And then my last one, and this is one I've been trying to do for years now. This is my version of what you just said. I have been trying to make this my New Year's resolution for like 6 years running, 7 years running. It's never worked, but I want to use Catch-22 organically in a conversation. I have been trying so hard to understand where it goes. Sometimes I'll just say it and throw it out and be like, if no one says anything, this might be Catch-22.
Catch-22.
Catch-22, yeah. So my hope is to use it correctly this year. And then last year, my resolution was, and I did this with one of my best friends, William, where we went too hard at the end of the year before with doing the whole like blank or I hardly know her joke. Right. So we made a resolution for 1 year we would not say that joke anymore, which is tough because the first day of the year is the Mummers Parade. So it's a lot of opportunity to say Mummer, I hardly know her, push through it, and then this year now I can go back to saying it again. So my goal also is to make up for it with saying it.
Do you want to knock out the Catch-22 one? It's not organic, but like a practice round.
Sure. So here's what I think is Catch-22.
And then I'll tell you what I Googled. Okay.
So I would think that Catch-22 would be when you want to do something, but it directly conflicts with how to do it or something. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Could you give me an example?
So this is saying like Catch-22 is a situation it's impossible to get out of because it requires you to do something you can't do until you've done something else.
Okay, so like you can't. get a job without experience, but you can't get experience unless you get a job.
Yeah, I wanted to open a business, but I have to get a loan, but I can't get a loan because I don't have any business experience or whatever it is.
Okay. Oh, that's easy. Okay.
Catch-22 about running a...
The thing is that these examples are so clean cut, and when are you going to have somebody say it to you so concise in a sentence? I worry I'm going to be in a situation where someone's saying that, but they're not going to say it as concisely, and I want to be able to like throw it out there and then have everyone be like,
I'm picturing you doubling up on resolutions, tripling up, honestly, yelling while you have a wing. Hey, that's a catch-22 there, buddy.
Hey.
Eats wing.
Eats a wing while the game is on. Catch-22.
Real catch-22. I wanted to talk, but there's wings in my mouth.
Catch-22 would be a good name for a play, right? Not like a musical play, but like a Eagles football play.
Correct. Or like one of the most famous novels of all time.
Catch-22. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just an idea.
Throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Spitballing. Those are good resolutions. I also think they're all manageable.
I think so, too. I'm worried about Catch-22.
I think the wing part is interesting because there are so many things that are seasonal where we think about a thing. We're like, wait, I like this. Why do I not do it that much? Every time I go somewhere that I love and I'm like, wait, why did I not? This was so easy. Went to the aquarium the other day. I was like, wait, why do I think this is so much further or such a... You know what it is? I remember it again. The aquarium always puts me to sleep.
Really? Oh, because it's like serene?
I don't know. Maybe I have a problem.
Yeah, but then you walk across Shark Bridge, baby, and you're getting those endorphins flowing.
I know. And then you're in the gift shop.
And then you're in the gift shop and your dopamine maxes out.
Yelling. Gift shop. I went to the gift shop. Talk about something I yelled about. I almost got Josh a keychain because it like lit up and said Josh on it. Hilarious.
Yeah.
$11 keychain. Remember going on a field trip and like your mom would send you maybe $20 for like a gift shop, anything,
and lunch,
was like and a snack, and I was like, $11 plus tax? No way in hell.
And then you buy the keychain, and then they flip the iPad around. They're like, it's just going to ask you a couple of questions, and you have to tip. The tip starts at 20%.
Oh, I thought this is funny. It's back to the resolution thing. I was like talking about at a show what my resolutions were the past years. Not so much resolutions, but it's like beginning of the year, I'm going to like believe this. So I think 2023, I was like, when I was thinking about dating, my thought, like I've said this a million times, was like manifesting, like I want to love someone like I love any of my best friends, but that I want to have sex with.
Yeah.
So like I was like, it's so easy to love any of my girlfriends. Like I have guy friends that I love. But I was like, I want that, but I also want to bone them. So I obviously stayed single that whole year.
Yeah.
And then 2024, my thought, like I truly woke up last year and was like, I'm going to be alone forever. And I am so good with that. Like I was like thinking about it in perspective of like my niece and like, oh, we're going to have to like, you know, TT Jamie's like by herself, like no thought needed, like, or a story. I was like, I'm really chilling with this. And then what happens in June is my best friend was sexually attracted to me and ruined my life. So I was like, it's interesting like how I had both those thought processes and it brought me to 2025 where now I'm like, okay, I want this type of ring.
But I also feel like it's and not to sound the whole cliche, like it's only when you stop looking that you find a person. But I know
Trust me, I was never looking at this man.
I know that and maybe this is a hot take. I don't want it to sound rude, but actually I don't care because I'm going to yell more this year. Is I have less respect for couples when like I know like one of them is my friend and I know that all they wanted was
that person?
A husband. No, like a person, right? Like that they were like, I want to be married by this age or I want to have kids by this age. And then
plug and chug, baby. Wow, whatever man walks by. Venus flytrap of a pussy. Sorry. That's literally all I picked. I was like, oh, she just caught one.
Yeah. And so it's like the friends, the people that I know who have been like, all they ever want to do is be a wife or be a husband, be a dad, be a mom. And then.
Don't get me wrong. I want to be a dad.
Yeah, right. We're going to be such good dads.
Can't wait.
But I definitely do notice like, it feels like you're a lot more willing to just make anything work because you like you didn't put up with, you would never leave that person no matter how they treated you because you're like, this is my time now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone recently was like, I noticed like they haven't known me for a while, but they're like, I've noticed like in the short time I've known you that like you're really good with boundaries. And I was like, where do you think that comes from? Not setting them for a long time.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, nope, anything. Yeah. Like sometimes people think it's like a little too far, but I'm like, well, that's what a boundary is. And that's what it is for me. Like I set this. Yeah, it is totally like and people do say like, oh, when you stop looking. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't not looking. I was truly going on dates with someone.
Yeah.
But I wasn't looking for that. Like I was looking to go on dates, but then obviously it was news to me. No one else.
Love finds a way.
My other
thank you, Neil, for liking that Jurassic Park quote. Nobody else gets me. Nobody fucking gets me.
Clever girl.
Fuck. How did you do it better?
I just have like a Jurassic Park quote listed and I know on my phone.
Neil, could we cut her mic, please?
Guys, you're gonna cut it after this. My mics are just thoughts on resolutions that I did in a show and did not do well.
Yeah.
I did this on stage before, but people that talk about dry January. Oh, the first part is that I think runners are just alcoholics. They just move their legs instead of their arms. Like if you need to tell me what you're doing and like obsessively do something and post about it, like it's also not healthy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Talked
about this before, but especially for like New Year's, especially in the Northeast, like you're gonna start running in January.
God bless you.
In place of drinking, or to like have an excuse why you're not drinking.
Yeah.
I gotta get up and run.
Right. Like if you stop drinking for a month, but the only way to fill that void is you have to obsessively do something else. You need Adderall, babe. Yeah.
Like get addicted to something real.
You're hyperfixated.
This is boring.
Get addicted to world peace. How about that?
Yeah. Make a change?
How about getting addicted to ending racism? Because it takes all of us.
What? Like, why are you not wearing a helmet that says end racism?
First of all, go birds.
Second of all, damp January.
I'm into damp January.
Damp January and sober curious. I said this on stage. I said, I don't know why people say either of those things, because when someone tells me they're doing damp January or that they're sober curious, all I hear is that they're just thinking about having self-control for maybe a month.
Yep.
Like, thinking about it. I'm curious about taking care of myself for 30 days.
It's like dry January, especially because you're only doing it in January, is basically just like soft launching recovery.
Well, it's for the insecure people that are like, whatever works, people. Yeah. Whatever you gotta do, whatever you take care of yourself. My opinion doesn't mean jack shit. Like I don't like, I'm just babbling here and my thoughts. When I hear someone say this, it's like not a fully actualized, but if someone's like, when I hear someone say like, I'm doing damp January, it almost looks like they're like doing a gotcha. Yeah. Like, tell me what you think. Like, is that okay? Is that normal? Am I normal? Am I okay? Should I be drinking more? Should I be drinking less? Is this a normal amount?
Like, tell me you're proud of me.
Yeah.
Tell me you're proud of me. Tell me you're proud of me.
Or they want someone to just be like, oh, what's that? And you're like, oh, like, I'm mostly dry, but like it's my friend's birthday. It's it's like this. I have this weekend off work. Like Tuesday's a Tuesday. Like, and they just are giving you the reasons why they're drinking. I'm like, this is actually more unhealthy unless instead of someone just being like, I can't stop drinking.
It's also
like,
funny.
I would rather someone just be like, I have a problem.
Yeah. 12 months out of a year, baby.
January, I can pull it back though.
Well, also, I think it's funny because when people do dry January, anyone I know who's ever done it has just turned down any event. Like they don't want to leave. They're like,
they can't do it.
They're like, I don't want to.
I go on breaks for drinking. I'll go out.
And you still come out. But it's the people who are like, I'm not going to go to a show or I'm not going to do this because I'm doing dry January. And it's like, so the only way you can not drink is to not see alcohol. Because that's a bigger issue that
like, good luck on your Rumspringa. Like, right. Like, go back home. Like, what? Like, yeah, that is what you're saying. Like,
right.
When people are
you're saying like, I don't enjoy anything or any of my friends when I'm sober.
I was writing like the other people that bother me are the people that say like holidays are like capitalistic scam, like going minimalist. They're the same people that are saying they're doing no spend dry January, but making mocktails at home that they saw on TikTok with ingredients from like Amazon and Costco. And I'm like, you're still getting scammed. Like, you're getting actually scammed so much harder because you think you're beating the holiday scam.
You know what I'm going to say? That's how they get you.
Oh. Catch-22.
Catch-22. Wait, is that one though?
No.
We need a buzzer.
Well, I mean, it could be because you're like trying to get away from the holiday scam, but you can't because you're doing the other thing of spending money. Catch-23.
Yeah, catch-23 is when it's not exactly correct.
The other people with resolutions that bother me are the people that say, like, they're not saying they're doing dry January, but they're like, oh, I'm pulling back after the holidays. And they're like, I'm just trying to keep it low-key. But, like, I'm just trying to keep it low-key by telling everyone that I've ever met that I'm not drinking or spending and keeping it low-key. Like, you know it's not low-key? Talking about yourself.
That's how they're filling the time.
Telling people your next move. Never let them know your next move. If you wake up and someone's like, hey, do you want to go to happy hour? And you're like, I cannot.
It's so true. It's like, there's like the sorry to every, we need a certain just sound when I'm about to say something about a scene in The Office, but there's that scene in The Office when they talk about New Year's resolutions and Daryl says,
that's your sound.
We're about to get so flagged now. Daryl says that his New Year's resolution is he's just trying to save more time and he brushed his teeth in the shower that morning. And then he's like, but I just lost that time by explaining it to you guys. Yes. And I'm like, yep, that's correct. Are you saving time or are you just like, I can't go to happy hour because I'm trying to do more things, but I'm going to spend that full 2 hours telling you why I can't go to happy hour. You could have just gone to happy hour.
Or like I'm working on like my confidence and like they tell you like the most insecure ramble about like how they're working on it. I'm like, all right, we're still working.
People are like, my New Year's resolution is to not care what people think. Is that cool with you?
Do you think that's a good one?
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Like I could change it like if you want. Cry.
Yeah. To not people please. Unless you think I should, then I will.
I looked up the statistics on resolutions for the shows. Uh-huh. And like no drinking, no spending, and losing weight are like the top 3, obviously, for January.
Interesting.
And I was like, those 3, losing weight, drinking a little less, spending less. If you're recalibrating after the holidays, okay, like I goddamn hope you're spending less than you did for Christmas, Hanukkah, and like every family meal, everything. Like January statistically less holidays. So overall, like I feel like people are you're just riding the ship in January. Like get through it. Like one of the darkest weather months, like for our area, like coldest, darkest, less light. Like just get through it. Like you don't have to make these extreme changes.
Yeah.
Also, hello, dry January, just binging the other way.
Well, it's also funny because
cold turkey.
You're onto something about the fact that if you are saying like after the holidays, I'm gonna spend less money and eat less food, and it's like
that's why no diet ever works. It's like you
don't have another option. You have
so much information on why this doesn't work for people.
I would be impressed if you could still manage in January to still spend the amount of money you spent. That's like what you're saying in December.
Buying your entire family Christmas gifts again? It's
like being like, after my birthday's over, I'm going to take a break from eating birthday cake. It's like, yeah, because I'm not being fucking offered it.
I'm going to take a year off from birthday cake.
I'm going to do 1 full year from having a birthday.
I'm a year sober of birthday cake.
Like, it just feels like
people need to believe in. Like, if resolutions are something that help people get by, but then they also now have, like, promote Quitters Day, where it's, like, the second Friday in January. I'm like, goddamn, no one has self-control. Obviously, look at this country.
And they're, like, normalizing it. They're like, can we normalize quitting?
Yeah. Oh, that's the
I'm
other
so
thing.
sick of being shamed.
It's the person that's like telling you everything they're doing, and then by truly Quitters Day, they're like, but it's okay. Like I'm being gentle on myself this year. Like it's okay that I actually gained 40 pounds in 3 weeks. Like it's fine, actually.
You see them 1 week and they're like, my New Year's resolution was to lose weight, to spend less money. And then you see them in 2 weeks and they're like, my New Year's resolution is I just want to give myself more grace. Like I just want to be more patient. I'm flawed. I'm going to make mistakes.
I'm just trying to keep it low key and stop weighing myself.
Yeah. My New Year's resolution was I threw out my scale.
But like recycled because I'm like, you know, conservation. Yeah, I think resolutions, just like the holidays, it's a bad rep because they got marketed and commercialized. Like if everyone wants to like hold something and you just want to believe in something or arbitrary counting calendar and everything and just wake up that one morning and be like, especially in Philly, like we restart on January 2nd anyway.
Yeah.
It's like I've done a whole 30 and things like that in January. And it's fine. I like to like just do a factory reset.
Yeah.
Did I talk about it? No.
Well, you're right,
With
because
the people that I saw.
Yeah.
Because that's you talk about what's going on in your life.
Well, you're right about how in Philly, we January 1st is arguably our worst behavior day because of the Mummers Parade. So it's like, ironically, it will be the first day that if you're trying to quit drinking, it's not going to be on the New Year. It's going to be the next. And also, everyone drinks at midnight on New Year's Eve.
I haven't stopped drinking.
No, my goal is to drink more. I want to drink more and scream more.
It's funny. I have a regular at work who's like taking a big 45-day after drinking. And he said, because New Year's he was drinking, felt nothing. Not emotionally, but he was just like, I didn't feel drunk. And the amount of alcohol. His tolerance. Yeah, he was like, the amount of alcohol I had could have killed a horse. And, well, could any alcohol kill a horse? Could you Google that?
Neil.
How much beer can a horse have?
Can horses have, when you Google, can my dog eat peanut butter? But you're like, can horses have Miller Lite?
Can my horse slap the bag? He was just basically saying that his tolerance was so high. This man's also 6'6". I'm not gonna give him a shout out.
Yeah.
Because he has a private job. But yeah, good guy. Comes in, has a couple of drinks usually, but has not. And just was saying, he's like, I can't wait till half a sip makes me fall off my seat. Yeah, yeah, it is the best part. And he wasn't saying I'm trying to stop drinking for this or that. He was like, I want to give my body a rest and we'll come back to it.
It's so, as someone who has to involuntarily do that, every 3 months, if not more, because I'm sick, I drink when I'm well. And then when I'm sick, I have to go months and months without drinking. And when I come back, oh, buddy, one beer cure is out to play.
I love that, though.
She's yelling.
I guess I would say I have a relatively healthy relationship with alcohol. I don't feel a need at any point. And some weeks, I'll have a glass of wine and be like, ooh, why am I drunk? And oh, yeah, I haven't been drinking. And what is a meal? Yeah.
No, it is at least comforting, just given how much I have to stop drinking for so long. It's at least comforting that I know I do not and will never have a dependency on alcohol, because I'm I know I'm not an alcoholic, because I just stopped for a while.
Genes for other stuff. But luckily that one's not it.
Yeah. Well, there's always next year.
I haven't tried enough drugs to know. I'm sure if I tried something else.
That should be a good goal for this year. Do more drugs.
Más drogas. Okay.
Okay. So I wanted to pitch to you. I told you this off mic, but I wanted to say it on mic now. I have some ideas for some new segments. If you are, I know.
Producer and friend, Neil Wood here. Brief commercial break.
Hey, hold right there. Don't dare skip this. This is an important message. Me and my boy, Albert Davis, we want to tell you about our podcast, Seriously Dad. Albert, why should they listen?
Because it's the best podcast in the world. It's by two comedians who are dads. And you know what we're talking about? Being dads. It's called Seriously Dad. Check us out on social media at Seriously Dad Podcast. And
anywhere you get your podcast, that's where we're at. We're funny. We got some great guests coming our way. We cover the topics you want to hear. Check us out.
So we're back, and as you know, if you listen, which you do because you're listening right now, Catch-22.
Good point.
I'm trying to read the room and no one's saying anything.
You nailed it.
Was that it?
You nailed it.
Was that it?
Yeah, they can't. They have to be listening, which means they are listening, right? So it's a catch-22. It's. Why don't we keep going?
Okay.
She's yelling more.
Reset. And we're back.
40% Craig. 40% Craig.
So as you know, Jamie and I, we do our standing segments where we will always have a lay to rest, a thing we want to lay to rest, a thing we want to resurrect, and often an unhinged icebreaker. But some new things that I wanted to discuss, because I think they come up a lot as I've been cutting clips. They happen organically, and I'd like to just make them more stationary, okay? So one is what's killing you this week. Okay. So this week you'll say like, what is the thing that's driving you crazy? Okay. Missed connection redemption hour, which is, you know, when you have like a missed connection with someone on the street. I don't know if you're in the Phila Queens group on Facebook.
No, I have not been accepted.
Wow.
I was never accepted. I think it's because I'm Puerto Rican.
That might be why.
They never post any of my shows, but they let a redacted comedian, because I don't know if she wants me to say her name, post my shows for me.
Yep.
But I also don't use Facebook.
Yeah. No, I mean, I only get notifications about Phila Queens, but I know people
always
say.
reference it, and then I also know if I were in it, I'd leave immediately.
Yeah. Well, people say stuff about misconnections a lot. Like if you were the girl that I ran into at the Phillies game,
Oh, that's sweet.
loved your outfit, or like
Oh.
if you were the couple that was dancing at this event,
You
I
looked
took
like
a
shit.
he's cheating on you.
Yeah, I fucked him.
So I want to discuss misconnections
cute.
because I think we have them every week and it's just like this person, but we don't know who they were.
Oh, I got one.
And then last is this one we definitely do every time, but we've never put words to it. But I'm going to call it bit of the week, which is doesn't have to be something we made up, but it can just be something we're just on one about right now.
Okay.
Just a current phrase or bit that we're using. So these are my new pitches. So Jamie, what's killing you this week?
People complaining about the cold. Gets cold every year. Bundle up. Buy a jacket if you can afford to do so. The people that are actually cold are not complaining. When people are like, I can't do this, move. I cannot handle people complaining about the cold.
Yeah.
Like it's shocking, like it's news, like they're the only person cold.
Yeah. Like it came out of nowhere.
The preparation you can do, and if you don't have a lot of money, like even in the summer buying winter stuff to prep and be wrapped up, like if one more person tells me it's freezing and that they need to move, I'm going to just throw ice at them. I don't know. That truly just popped in my head of what's killing me is like, it goes back to my whole through line of small talk and just like people being like, cold outside, bundle up. And I'm working in a restaurant now, so I have to be like, I'll give you a minute to settle. You need something warm up? Like, shut up.
It's like the people who, it's like the thing about how you, if you're with people in the early morning, we're all tired. Shut up. Like, you know, who fucking cares? Like you'd have like a morning shift at a restaurant. And
I've said this while I was dating. I've said this on here.
Yeah.
It's like my most sexist thing is I don't think men should ever tell me they're cold.
It is a really sexist hot take, but I like it. Yeah.
Like, I can't do anything for you.
Yeah.
My jacket is not going to fit you.
Should have brought a jacket.
Should have boobs. Get warmer. Grow
Sorry.
up.
Gain some
Get
weight.
fatter.
Yeah.
Go in the gym.
Yep.
Get swole, you idiot.
Okay. What's killing me this week is my name, my first name. I am done with people.
Wait, why is it bothering you, Kristen?
It's bothering me because
Kira, why do you ever
while my name is Christine, a lot of people like to call me anything else. And no, my name is pronounced Kirsten. Kier. I say Kier a lot to people. I think people have a better time remembering Kier. I say Kier rhymes with beer, rhymes with queer, rhymes with year, whatever you want to do. Yeah. Kier and Culkin.
Kier, like Kristen. Got it.
Yeah, Kier. And I just am so sick of the fact that I have been such a pushover with people saying the wrong names or whatever, or avoiding saying my name entirely or misspelling it on flyers, which happens every time I'm on a show. And I used to just be like, it's okay, it's a hard name. And now I'm like, you know me. And I'm at a point now where if you cannot master Kirsten, like I used to have a joke about that in my stand-up about how when you're named Kirsten, it's really alienating because people just don't refer to you because they're nervous they're going to mess it up. So they just don't address you. And like everybody knows that the name Kirsten exists, but they haven't necessarily ever said it out loud.
Are like way more difficult names like to pronounce that people will try. Yours is like people have such a fear of getting it wrong, picking the wrong name, not pronunciation, maybe sometimes, but like just saying the wrong name.
And I like try to give them a million ways to remember it. I'm like Kier, like, and I like point to my ear, like Kirsten, or like you have to smile when you say it, Kirsten. It's not like Kirsten or Kristen.
This is my new resolution for you: is your ways are so subtle.
But now I just literally will say to people, Kier, like beer. Like whatever you need. I'm usually holding a beer, so that's why I will say that. But like,
I'm at a 9 a.m. working.
I'm pulling up
like
right here.
like this. You idiots. Like
yeah.
cold brew.
I'm just done with. I'm done with. It's one thing if you can't spell my name, but if you don't know, Kristen is a different name than Kirsten, right? Mm-hmm. It's not just like, oh, are you Jamie with, I don't know, a Y or an I or something. That's still the same name. It's just spelled differently. Kristen is a different human being's name. So at a certain point, I'm losing my patience for the brick wall people put between us by just like not taking 5 seconds to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel you. Like, it's not my first name, so it's not nearly as bad as that. But just, I say my last name is Pappas.
Yeah.
No one else says that for whatever GD reason, no matter how many times I say it. Pappas, there's an A, there's 2 A's actually. Like, even if you phonetically can like show me like word history wise that it would be pronounced Pappas, I don't care. It's my name, and I told you what it is.
It's that way with Kirsten too, because a lot of people with Kirsten have that extra E in there that I do not. So they're like, well, it could be Kirsten, and I'm like, but it's not. So yeah, I don't know if I've said this on the pod before, but you know, like you have your license, registration, and insurance in your car. All 3 of them have different names for me on these legal documents. My license is correct, first and last name. My insurance, my first name is spelled wrong. And my registration, my last name is spelled wrong. And so, and my medical insurance card, my first name is spelled wrong.
My name was spelled wrong on my birth announcement. My mom has like copies of, I think it's my christen or like birth announcement. So like nothing legal.
Yeah.
But it's just funny. She got these all printed out and they have Jamie like spelled like Jaime. Like
oh, no, J-I-E.
Just J-A-I.
Oh, J-A-I-M-E, yeah. Yeah, and like for it to be my medical insurance, I think what drives me more crazy is
you don't need like medicine ever.
Well, what drives me crazy is how often I use my medical insurance and the fact that nobody has even noticed the difference because they still can't even tell that these are different names.
Did I tell you that story of me the one of 2 times I've ever been in the ER and I was waiting and my knee was like open. I was in a wheelchair and my mom, it was taking hours.
I just
she
cut a clip
finally
of
went
this,
right back up to the desk and was like, why is this taking so long? And they were like, they spelled my name wrong. And when she corrected them, it put me at the bottom of this like 8-hour waiting list.
Yep. And it honestly, like, it drives me crazy. Like when I moved into a new apartment and you have to like sign into like the new portal that you use to pay rent. And I'm putting in my info and they're like, you do not exist. You do not exist. And it's like, because she put me in as Kristen and I corrected her. And then they got a new portal last month and I said, hey, can you switch me over? She put me in as Kristen again. And I'm like, it's not fine. But also like to the point where now it's not working
you're understanding
legally.
Where you're like, it's not a big deal. But you're making more work for me because you're not hearing me the first time.
Yep. And it's pissing me off. That's what's killing me this week.
That is very frustrating.
Do you have a missed connection redemption?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's a redemption for them. The black Chevy on 76 yesterday.
You know who the fuck you
Vine
are.
Street Expressway, crossing lanes, no turn signal, and almost crashed into me twice. You can DM me and apologize. And tell me that your light doesn't work because that's the only excuse I would give for how badly this person was driving and swerving in lanes.
Where were you going that you had to go that quickly and risk a life?
I was on my way to coffee. It was in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And I'm in the lane I need to be in.
Right. But I mean, where was that person going?
This person was like hesitating. So I couldn't tell they're on their phone or whatever they were doing. And I've been trying to really contain my road rage. As Josh says, what are you going to do when you catch up to them? And I was like...
It's like the dog chasing a car thing.
Excellent point. Well, he's always like, you don't need to drive unsafe because to prove a point to them that they're driving unsafe.
Yeah.
I was like, very fair.
That's very diplomatic,
Get
Josh.
back in the truck.
Yeah.
No, I get it. And he's totally right. There's no reason I need to be that immature about it. Like when someone does something stupid, like, well, I would tap on their window and be like, are you proud of yourself? Because they probably don't even know what they're doing. So this person like swerves into the left lane. Then they get back in the right, realize the right, but they don't have a turn signal this whole time. So I'm like staying in the left because I know which exit I need to take. And they swerve again. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go wait for them, go in the right. of course, as soon as I'm merging right with my turn signal on, they cut me off again. And I just want to give them that opportunity because I assume they're a fan. Maybe that's why they're cutting me off.
I was going to say, did it ever cross your mind that they had a little crush on you and they didn't quite know how to address it?
You know what?
You know, when you're in kindergarten and like the boys are being mean because they have a crush on you.
Yeah, it's tough because like everyone's obsessed with me always. So sometimes I forget.
Well, on 76, I think it's tough because
76 and a tinted window, black Chevy, whatever Chevy is.
yeah,
Whatever model.
could have been a celebrity.
Oh my God. Yes.
Was it Jalen Hurts? Jalen, we
He
love you.
wouldn't
Please
drive
come
that
on the pod.
ugly piece of shit car.
No.
Oh, sorry. That's probably not good for me to get an apology on.
Oh yeah, that they're not gonna.
If I saw Jalen Hurts driving next to me in 76, I would
crash.
crash.
Yeah.
I would. The car would just
I would
blow
lose.
up.
I would lose another car for Jalen Hurts.
I think I would like. No, I would pull. You saw that girl skidding on black ice, and
Yeah.
That'd be me for no reason. If I like looked to my right and Jalen like did his like like the like lip thing he does, I think I would just tumble out, and be like, just run me over.
Yeah.
Please.
Except likely it would be like you guys would get in the most like near death experience, and you're rightfully freaking out, but he's still fucking stone faced because that's Jalen Hurts, baby, number one.
Wait, now I'm thinking differently because, like, what if I rear end him and we have to exchange info?
That's a meet cute if I've ever heard one.
Push his tush, if you will. I get behind him on
Like
76.
You push
and I
his
push
car's tush.
Jalen Hurts just gently. It's like 1 yard. You know what I'm saying?
That's all we need.
That's all I need.
That's all we need to win, and that's all I need for my parlay. So let's fucking do it.
Can you imagine? I bet he'd keep driving. I bet he'd be like, oh, another one.
He's so used to it. He's like, I hate this joke. This is such an expensive joke.
He has a bumper guard on at this point.
My missed connection is, and I don't want to get on it for too long because we both know how I feel about it, but I did a show on New Year's Eve last year. Whatever you would, I did a show on New Year's Eve.
24 into 25.
Weeks ago, not even. And
oh, Lord.
And I was finishing up my show, and it was a great show. It was in the suburbs, and I was on my way to go meet you for drinks. And
a reasonable amount of drinks.
And a lady came up to me, as people do after shows, especially when it's like an older white suburban crowd. And like, oh my God, we loved your stuff, whatever. And she was the last person to come up and talk to me. And she gave me a hug, shook my hand, was all up in my face. She was like, I've been following your stuff on Instagram. It's so cool to see you, whatever. And then she goes, I love your stuff because I have cystic fibrosis. Which, if you don't know that.
No, they've been listening. Catch 22.
You guys have been listening. It's true. You know, but if you don't know, people with cystic fibrosis cannot be within 6 feet of each other. This is way before COVID. This has always been the rule for us. We will get each other very sick. Many people with CF die because of this, because we cannot cross-contaminate our bacteria. And it only affects other people with CF. I've never met someone with CF in real life, never can. And this woman knowingly came up and talked to me for 5 minutes, hugged me, all of that. And then she, when I took a huge step away and was like, oh, whoa, she was like, oh, you don't actually believe that, do you? And I found out there's science deniers even in the cystic fibrosis community. So I just wanted to say to her, wherever she is, that you are so selfish.
Where she is.
I know where she is. I just want to say you are so selfish. That is enormously uncool because you can consent to dying. This is America. It is your God-given Christian right to die if you want to. But I have to be here to host a podcast. So
where's she? What if I just had the crazy thought of what if she doesn't have CF and was lying?
That would actually be, I don't know what would make me more mad. Like she's trying to get in my head.
No, she's just
like the real punishment.
You know, some people like get nervous and just like agree with like the
oh my God, me too.
Yeah, I'm terminal. Catch 22. I love that both of our misconnections were people we were like, and you owe me the biggest fucking apology.
And if I ever see you
almost
again,
got killed by someone. I almost got killed by someone. And so you got to go to the doctor, obviously.
Yeah, well, I talked to my doctors and they were like, the thing is, like, if you're not sick right now by now, for now you're fine. But they're like, when we do your cultures next, like if you have new bacteria that was not the one you already have, like, 'cause you just have the bacteria that you have forever. Like if you have a second one, then we know exactly where it came from. But I was talking to these women who work at the CF Foundation, and I was telling them this story, and they were like, it's crazy how there are people out there that they've experienced who, like, when the CF Foundation has in-person events, fundraisers, all of that, only one person with CF can attend. Even if it's 500 people, only one can have CF. And everybody knows that and respects that. But they've said there's people who like literally just try to show up and like, well, I don't care. And it's like, you're not the only one who's deciding.
Fucking mask off.
Yeah, right. I know. And it's so crazy how this all is such more of a conversation since COVID.
Like, nurse and doctors like are anti-vax.
Yep.
They're like, so you believe in science for half the day?
Yeah.
Like, you know, the science
And you go home and
works
clock out.
in this part, and then the other side of your brain just melts.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
like,
And what they did say to me, though, the girls from the CF Foundation, they were like, you should, like, when you see your doctor next, like, tell your doctor, like, her description, because we're in the same general area, we almost definitely have the same doctor. There's only so many CF clinics. There's only 2 CF clinics in the whole area, like, for, you know, hours away.
yeah, unless she's killed all the other people.
That's true. She probably just doesn't go to the clinic. Although she told me
she was alone. She was alone at the show.
I don't know, but she came up to me and talked to me alone. I bet the person who she was with was embarrassed to be a accomplice in my death.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then I showed up, and then I drove 50 minutes back to Philly, and I showed up to the bar with you, and I said, you want to do shots?
Boy, did we.
And boy, did we. Thought it would be my last night. But here we are. So I just wanted to say to her, I wish you nothing but ill. I don't want you to die, but I don't want you to be happy.
What if, maybe this could be worse. What if you wish a cure on her, and then she has to like Scrooge her way through life because she's been so terrible to people, and now she has to live her life healthy, but no one cares about her or knows who she is because they all thought she was going to die, and she has no one.
I was going to say, it's like literally like that joke I do about how I burned. If I knew I was going to live this long, I wouldn't have burned so many bridges. And
can you imagine? That would be like, yeah, like you knowing the end is your greatest.
Yeah,
like,
that's the right. That's my joke about the doctors telling me
no,
I was going to live to
it's
30.
my
I'm like,
thought. It's not your
you
joke.
promised. You fucking told me I wouldn't be here.
What if?
I thought part of the deal was if I make it past then, I'm allowed to come in and you shoot me on sight.
Can you imagine they just have CF Target, like Oregon Trail,
right.
it's you hopping in a forest?
Like you're allowed to say, like, whether I die beforehand or not of natural causes, I would like to die on this day.
Perfect.
Like we promised.
Hey everyone, producer Neil. Looks like we ran out of time on this episode. The bell tolled. Don't worry though, part 2 coming soon. Subscribe now to the Dying Up Here podcast at Dying Up Here Pod on YouTube. And make sure to follow Kirsten and Jamie on all the stuff. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Hey, how you doing? This is Neil Wood, one of the co-owners of Drop 10 Media Network and who helps run Biggest Little Comedy. You can check out all the other stuff we do at drop10.com. We've got podcasts, live comedy shows, and so much more. Go over there, support your favorite podcasts, follow them, subscribe. We appreciate it. Again, we're 100% DIY, just a bunch of creatives trying to make it in this, and give us some feedback. We always enjoy a little feedback. Thanks.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.